It may have been the best day of Chris Christie's campaign. On Sunday, he earned the coveted endorsement of an influential New Hampshire newspaper, the New Hampshire Union Leader. It gave him a boost, one could argue, in his New Hampshire or bust strategy. And our own Jamie Gangel just spoke with Governor Christie about the race, including rare criticism from Christie about his friend, Donald Trump.
Does this make you the comeback kid?
We'll see. You know, that'll be determined on February 9th when we see how the votes come in. But I think what it shows is that the work we've been putting in here in New Hampshire, the plans we've laid out, that people are taking them seriously and taking them to heart. And we're thrilled to have the endorsement.
Apparently this endorsement is enough to worry your friend Donald Trump. Up to now, he has steered clear of criticizing you for the most part. But first thing this morning, he was on Twitter. How is Chris Christie running the state of New Jersey, which is deeply troubled, when he is spending all of his time in New Hampshire? New Jerseyans not happy. You say?
I'm just so glad to be noticed by Donald. Isn't that nice? It's great. And I'm happy to take whatever input he wants to give me in 140 characters or less, which is apparently the way he communicates best. So, fine.
Is this a compliment that he's now taking a punch at you?
Who knows? You know, Jamie, it's like, I think I'm not going to play into the business of spending the precious time you and I have together, you know, talking about Donald Trump. I mean, he's just.
Oh, yes, we are.
He's just one of a number of candidates for us to talk about and chew over, and
right, but
I'm not worried about it.
He is the front runner. You have avoided criticizing him, but he has gotten more outrageous by the day. He insists, he's now doubled down and tripled down, that he saw thousands of Muslims celebrating after 9/11 in Jersey City. Then he says from 4 miles away in his office, he could see people jumping from the World Trade Center. Do you believe that either of those things happened?
No. All I know are the facts, you know, that what went on that day in New Jersey was not anything like what he said, and there's no film or video of it to prove it. He says he saw it on TV. It didn't happen.
But the first time you were asked about it, you said you didn't think it was true, but you didn't recall it. And as a former prosecutor, you know, when a witness says, I don't recall that, it sounds as if they don't want to answer the question.
No, it's an honest answer. What I said, you got to read the whole answer. What I said was, listen, I don't recall that happening. And then I qualified it by saying, it was a very emotional day for me. I was not focused on everything else that was going on in New Jersey that day. My wife and my brother were both trapped in Lower Manhattan. I didn't know whether they were dead or alive. So I said, I don't think it happened, but I have to put that fire in there because I was not completely focused on what happened.
Did it happen?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
So why don't you call Donald Trump out on this? Well, he's doubled down. He's tripled down.
What's the use? Everybody knows it didn't happen. Everybody knows it didn't happen. So what's the use? You should join the cacophony. I'm about distinguishing myself and making myself different from everybody else in a 14-person field. Not the same. And so, you know, to just pile on, I don't see that as being useful. And listen, Jamie, I'm trying to win this race.
Yes or no, is it outrageous that Donald Trump keeps saying these things?
It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's factually wrong. Everybody else could determine what they think is outrageous or not outrageous. I mean, in the context of Donald, outrageous is a high bar.
His latest controversy is that he is mocking a New York Times reporter who has a physical disability. He now claims that he didn't know that the reporter had a physical disability. But if you watch the video, it's pretty hard.
I saw the video.
Do you think that he knew what he was doing?
Appears that way, but, you know, he's got to answer for himself. Like, I mean, I think part of the folly of all this is that we're answering for him. He said what he said. Now the people who vote will judge him.